this is an easy craft. You can kill it. You can take your business to the next level with IUL. And if you need help, you know where to find me. So any other questions there?
Let's round it out with any 2, 3, 4, 5 bullets you hit on when you're presenting, closing questions. What are, like, if we're in, like, we've got prospects, we got business owners, we've piqued interest with strangers. Now, what is the, I don't, I couldn't possibly ask you to whittle down your presentation into a few minutes, but if there's, like, I always make sure to nail these 3 points. And when I hit this point, I watch their shoulders go from this to this, to
I
relax,
love that.
right? Like, how do I get them from tense of, like, honey, what are we doing here? Like, to, oh wow, like, this is actually incredible. I'm so happy. Good job. Let's go. Like, like, how do we get? And so take what you need, but your word tracks are clearly a part of your pedigree, and it's what you teach. And so I think that we would be holding back too much if we didn't give out some of these surgisms that are
Yeah, I get your point. So now I'm going to tell you this: when you get into warm markets, especially people that you don't know, they come in, they feel like, hey, you want to sell me something. So the wall is there. So I'm going to tell you something: 60% of the IUL business is psychology.
Okay.
60% psychology, and maybe 30% is maybe 25% is the knowledge, and then the rest is how you bond with the person. So those are the 3 things you need to know when you get into a presentation, especially if you're talking about getting to your warm market, talking to people that are very, very solid, people you want to close like every single day. So those top guys. Now, the first thing I use to break the ice, number one, you need to talk about yourself.
Okay.
Talk about yourself. Why are you doing what you're doing? And it shouldn't be like a script. Like I get into a conversation with Grady. Hey, Grady, how are you? How's the family doing? Whatever. I'm trying to bond with Grady right now. And I give myself the general about 5 minutes to bond. 5 minutes there to bond, to ask questions, know what, and at the same time, I'm asking questions to know about the person, if they have kids, so I can kind of adjust my presentation based on the situation. Are they working? What kind of job are they doing? Do they love the jobs? If they say, hey, they hate the job, I'm gonna recruit them anyway. So so those that's how you kind of navigate yourself around those conversations, right? You break the ice. So now when you tell them, hey, by the way, you talk about yourself. Hey, I'm an engineer by trade. I quit my job, got into this because I want to help the community. Our Black community is really, really suffering. We need to know finances. We are very behind when it comes to whatever, right? So you can say whatever you want to say. I tell them that, hey, I'm passionate about what I do, and I'm doing it for a reason, to save our people. Now, from there, I go into, hey, do you know the difference between a retirement account and a pension plan? Do you have a pension plan? Yes. Now I want to know if I need to sell an FIA. That's my first slide, first conversation, right? Hey, do you know the difference between a pension plan and a retirement account? Most people say yes, some people say no. And most people think that a pension plan is a 401k. By the way, you'll be very surprised. So I say, no, it is not. What is a pension plan? It's something that a pension plan is going to pay forever. A retirement account is going to run out after a couple of years. Most people run out of their 401k after maybe 3-4 years. They're out of money. So I say, hey, so you don't have a pension plan. Most people in America retire broke because they don't have something for retirement. It means that they don't have enough, or they don't have at all. And that's true. I've been doing this business since 2017, Grady. I've spoken to more than 1,000 people, and I'm going to tell you something. I don't know more than 3 people that had more than $300,000 in your 401k. That's how bad it is.
Yeah.
So most people will retire broke, whether you want it or not. So we need to change that. So when I hear those things, now what am I going to do? If they have an old 401k, I start thinking about annuities. So in my presentation, I'm going to do 2-in-1. I'm going to close up an annuity and I'm going to close up an IUL. Now, if in the process, and that's all done on my first slide. If in the process, I feel like they don't have an old 401k, I'm going to say, okay, hey, so do you know, Grady, how much you need for retirement?
I don't know.
Let me do this.
Depends on their income, lifestyle.
Okay, perfect. So I'm going to tell you something. So I'm going to do exactly what I normally do.
Okay.
So there's something called the FIN number. It's called the financial independence number. It's very important to know this number. It tells you how much you need for retirement. So now, how do you calculate somebody's FIN number? I'm going to say, hey, Grady, how old are you? Grady will say, hey, I'm 35. Let's say 35. Hey, Grady, at what age do you want to retire? Grady will tell me, hey, I want to retire at 65. Okay. And based on your history, what is going to be your life expectancy? How old are your grandparents and how old that? Hey, I'm going to live to 90. Okay. So Grady's going to live to 95. Let's say 95. Okay. So it means Grady's going to live for 30 years after retirement. So let's say Grady is a doctor. I'm saying, hey, Grady, you're a doctor. You make $400K a year. There's a rule of thumb that says, Grady, if you make more than $100,000, you need 70% of your income to retire comfortably. So what is 70% of $100,000, right? Of 400K?
28, 280.
280, around there, right? Okay, 280. That's it. So Grady, you need $280,000 a year to retire comfortably. So if you were to live for 30 years, I'm going to do 280 divided by 30. No, sorry. You were to live for 30 years. I'm going to multiply. Sorry. I may mess up there. So let's say Grady's going to live for 30 years. I'm going to multiply times 30. So what's that? Let me take my calculator.
Good, I'm not that good.
That's $8.4 million.
Oh, that's all.
So I'm going to say, hey, Grady, this is how much you need for retirement. That's how much you need for retirement, Grady. Now, if you have money in stocks, money in other stuff, you can subtract from the, let's say you're having $1 million in assets, you're going to subtract $1 million that you have in assets from the $8.4 million, so you're going to be at 7.4. So let's say you're at 7.4 right now. I'm going to say, hey, Grady, by the way, this is without inflation. It's without inflation. So this is the worst case scenario, by the way. I'd rather the best case. So it's without inflation. The best case scenario is that that's how much you need. So now I'm going to say, hey, Grady, you have 30 years to work. If I divide $7.4 million divided by 30, so 7.4 divided by 30. So that is $246,000. So Grady, it means that from today, you need to be saving 46.66, so 247K every year to retire comfortably. I say, hey, Grady, how about that? Do you feel like you can achieve that? Grady say no. I'll say, Grady, hey, by the way, you have three things you need to do in your life right now to fix this. The first thing is that you need to reduce your retirement goal. Do you want to do that, Grady? He'll surely say, no, I don't want it. I don't want to retire broke. I want to kind of keep my lifestyle. So the other two is that, guess what? You need to invest properly. So I'm already preparing his mind for an IUL, right? And you need to have a side hustle. Boom, I'm going to recruit a person. I'm doing 2-1 straight up. I'm going to recruit you. I'm going to get an IUL. I'm going to get a pension plan if you have an 401k. So most people, and this is not a joke, people think, oh, we're just doing this because no, this is real life. Most Americans retire broke. I don't care how much you make. We've seen this. Some of them makes 400K needs and going to live till 95 needs $8.4 million. I have a bunch of doctor clients. They don't even have $4 million in their retirement accounts. A bunch of them. And they feel like, oh, they have a $3.3 million in their retirement account, they're going to retire comfortably. No, they will retire broke. because their money will not last for more than 8 years and they'll be out of money. That's why you see doctors work till 70, 75. Yeah. It's not because they want to work, it's because they know that they cannot retire comfortably. So every person, in other words, every person is your client. Don't just feel like you're too small, the person's too big. No, they're your clients. Financial independence number is a big deal. So that is what I use, Grady, to break the ice. Like, so you go from who to, like, literally, like, you go from up to down. You're broken. I break you down, and then now I start my deal. Then I talk about the IUL. I talk about the difference between IULs and 401ks, and all the benefits of the IUL. And then I run an illustration, and I show you the money you can make with a good IUL. So that's just, I mean, I don't do a lot. You will not be very surprised. Because think about it, Grady. If you're making $400K a year, and I show you those numbers, and then we realize that, hey, Grady, you're going to retire broke. And I say, hey, Grady, by the way, how much do you save? You're going to say, I save about $8,000 a month, or maybe $7K a month. Say, okay, Grady. Now, if we have to set this up for you, by the way, I'm not sure if you're going to qualify. What am I doing? I'm taking away. You always need to take away. Don't let your client feel like, oh, I can do it. No, take it away. I will tell people, you might not qualify. It's not like a given, like, oh, I get it, I get it, I have it. No, I want to get it, I have it. No. There's a 50-50 chance that you might not qualify. So what we're going to do is that we're going to run, you always need to be in control. Always be in control of it, always be in control. Don't let the client be in control. You have to be in control. So I'm going to run your numbers and see, number one, how we can help you to retire comfortably. And number two, we're going to put in an application to see if you qualify. It takes about 4 to 6 weeks to qualify. So let's do it. Then I'm going to say, hey, Grady, how much do you want to put in your IUL? You know how much you need to retire. And Grady will say, if Grady makes $400K, it's going to be very dumb for him to say, I want to put in $1,000 a month. It's impossible. He will not put $1,000 a month because he knows that he needs $8 million or $7-point-something million to retire. So you're going to say, oh, what if we put $5,000 a month? And I'm going to say, hey, Gary, by the way, with the IUL, you have $1 million a max. So some months, some years, you might not be comfortable putting that money, so you can reduce it a little bit. So the companies give you the option to reduce it, but you cannot go beyond your $5,000 a month. But nevertheless, you can have a second IUL, but you need to qualify again. So, and by the way, and this is true, if you set up your IUL the first time, let it be like it's going to be the last, because you never know if you're going to be healthy next year. Now, if you have more money as you grow in your business, then you can do way more, but let your IUL be like the first, should be like the last, because you can go tomorrow to the doctor and say, hey, you had cancer. That is it. Boom, gone. Done. Then you can't qualify anymore. So don't feel like, hey, we all have multiple IULs. It's because we can afford it, yes, but we are blessed to be healthy. But not everybody is blessed to be healthy for the next 4 or 5 years. You see, so sometimes something like, oh, I would just want to do $200. No, it will not help you. So please, people, this is an easy craft. You can kill it. You can take your business to the next level with IUL. And if you need help, you know where to find me. If you need help, you know where to find me. I have an IUL bootcamp. It's not for everybody, right? You need to qualify to be part of my bootcamp, by the way. So, but if you need help, just get in touch with me. We're gonna see what to do, right? And I feel like you all need to see. I'm gonna tell you something. I came to America in 2015. I went to school in Germany. I had all my degrees in Germany. I didn't want to pay tuition year, by the way. So I had free education in Germany, one of the best engineering universities in the whole world. A free education. So there's no reason. You went to high school, went to elementary school, you went to college here for those that went to college. So you have all the network possible. You have uncles and aunties, they have friends and family members. They have friends. You have cousins, they have friends. You have church members, they have friends. See, that's unlimited network. You just need to open your mouth. To open your mouth, they need to see the value in what you're doing. To see the value, you have to close them first. As easy as that. And sometimes I'm going to tell somebody, maybe it is not for you. Maybe this is not for you. Maybe it's not for you. But guess what? Just come and listen to what I'm talking about. So maybe you can help somebody else. And if the person tells you no, then they're not your friends. Seriously. How long does it take? 30 minutes? You watch Netflix for how many? 2 hours a day? Or 30 minutes a day? Whatever. It's just 30 minutes. My presentations take 20 to 30 minutes. That's it. As easy as that. Right? So please go do your work. This is the best business ever. Back to you, Grady. Sorry about that.
No, Serge, you're a rock star, brother. I can't wait for the recording to come out and have you on for part 2 here in the next couple weeks, because it's tremendous. It's a true you're a master of your craft. Here in 2015, the people that are 45 lived here their whole life and they're going to die broke. And there's people that are 45, they just saw your training and they're going to change their life this year. And it's exciting to have someone like you on our side, on our team. We need to put you up on a pedestal, bro, because you're a rock star. It's true. You have a true passion for this. Your team is lucky to have you, and anyone who gets around you is going to be better off, Serge. Your clients, I mean, I couldn't imagine being one. I almost want to buy a 7th one just to be your client so I can see that. but you're tremendous, guys. This is why you're at FFL, because we've got great people here sharing. He's blessed himself, he's blessed his family, and now he wants to turn around and help everybody else. But he paid the price. There's lots of 6-hour flights from Amarillo to Houston to California. There was 15-20 splits back and forth, years of not making. 12K his first year in the business. Some of you are in your first year, in your 9th month in the first year of your business, you've made 50 or 100 and you're frustrated and thinking you're going to go back and sell cars, right? So, I mean, you can tell the size of a man by the wall that gets in their way. And that wall is a baby wall because you're going to step right over it, Serge. But dude,
Amen to that.
Man, thank you so much for coming on. And everybody, please drop a SP in the chat below. Your favorite emoji, some fireballs, IUL in the chat. Show Serge some love because he just absolutely crushed it. Thank you, brother. I can't wait to see you. See you soon. See you on stage at convention. And
thank you, Grady.
We'll talk soon.
Thank you very much. Talk soon. Bye-bye.
Bye for now.
Okay. Thank you. Bye-bye.